So to be very specific, how do you write music, whether it's for the script or for your first viewing of the material?
Well, the very first thing that happens is sitting in front of a piano and just, for lack of a better word, messing around and just play absolutely anything that comes to my mind. That sometimes I do that at a piano, and more often than not I'd be at my keyboard with the computer running and recording absolutely everything I do. God forbid I should do something amazing and then I've lost it forever. So I try to record myself improvising, and that's my way to fish in the tank that I mentioned at some point earlier on. And I have in the back of my mind the characters, the story, some sense of location, some musical ideas that might come from other places, and maybe I'll explain a little better in a second what that means. But in practical terms, really, it's improvising. And then I know from experience, and it's always terrifying at the beginning because it's absolutely blank, there's nothing there. And I trust my instincts, I don't know how to call it, or my experience, or that at some point something comes up that I recognize, that it's pointing, the compass is pointing in the right direction. I can see it might be two notes, it might be two chords, it might be a bit of tune, it might be something that sticks in my head, and I move away from the piano and I've got a bit of something caught in my head that is memorable enough, relevant enough, hooked to something in the story enough that made me think, okay, well, right, I've got three notes here that I can work on, and I try to develop. It's really like a seed, and I know that just by sitting for long enough in front of a keyboard, eventually things start happening and branching off. And I've had movies where maybe most of the score was done with one main theme or two themes. Other situations where I ended up with 15, but then I discovered, maybe almost in retrospect, that they were all linked to each other because they came out from the same place.